Hi, beloveds. Here we go for some playfulness to tap into your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. So, before we begin, just take a couple deep breaths in and out. And what we're going to be doing as we're breathing, feeling into our heart, we're just tapping into our inner knowing and using some cards and stones here, crystals, to stimulate our inner knowing. Just as my books, Being and Peace, are written to stimulate your inner knowing, being and peace, we're going to play with these cards here, with stones, and what they trigger within us about what we need to know for both letting go and opening ourselves up to receive. So I am doing this now before the full moon of February. Yet it's the end of February. Yet it can be for any time where you are opening yourself up to let go of what no longer serves you, so that you can receive what is there for you, for your highest and best good right now. And so what I'm going to do is let you choose a pile here. We have pile 1 that has an amethyst with a serpentine around it. It's pile 1. Pile 2, we have a green aventurine. Pile 3 is a carnelian. And pile 4 is a rose quartz. Now just close your eyes, and then as you open them, see which pile attracts you the most. No thought, just simply observe which pile is attracting you the most. Breathe through your heart, and then you can go to the pile that you've chosen. And I'm going to try to put in some timestamps if I'm technically savvy enough. And here we go. I'm going to start with pile 1 to read this one. So first of all, it is a amethyst and this with a serpentine around it. So this is very special kind of Egyptian mystery school type of symbol representation. And amethyst is a very nice stone for spirituality. So if you chose this one, pile 1, then we are looking at some of the spirituality. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back. So we're just going to focus on pile 1. Here we go. Okay, so we saw the stone, the amethyst stone, and then there's a little card here. So just get whatever you want from this card. Let it speak to you. Let it draw forth your inner voice of your higher being. Now what this card actually says is love. L-O-V-E is a word that attempts to express the greatest power ever. And that is a quote from this book, Peace, on page 109. So if numbers have a meaning to you, there's the number 109, adds up to 10. And if this saying, love is a word that attempts to express the greatest power ever, let that speak to you and tell you what it means. Now I'm going to take these cards that are chakra tarot cards, and this first one is going to kind of talk to us about what has been important to you from the past. What is the past about? And this is the King of Wands. So now the King of Wands, it's also purple like the amethyst. It is a spiritual, um, it's your, which chakra is that? It is your seventh chakra. So that is like your crown chakra, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's your crown chakra. It's above your third eye. It's kind of like the higher levels of your spirituality. And the kings represent the universal idea of power and the way in which opportunities to use this energy will appear. They invoke the true idea of universal protection. They each sit on a throne, fierce, kind, loyal, or patriarchal, and they guard the access to universal consciousness, which, as the seventh chakra reveals, is the highest calling of these cards. So something in the past, in your foundation, is about protecting universal ideals. And there's a kind of a loyal, fierce, patriarchal, universal consciousness. So let that speak to you as you wish it to speak to you. How I'm hearing it is that there is some sort of foundation of really connecting with deep universal principles that's just part of you. It's been protected. And this particular one, the King of Wands, is saying it's the king of creative adventurer. The king instills faith in his followers. The seventh chakra is an exaltation to be respected and admired on merit rather than on title. He possesses the energy of 10 men and will persevere long after the others have quit. Stay focused on higher consciousness. This is the time to collect inspired energy and ideas. Your ancestors, those in the seventh chakra energy, are aiding you in your endeavors. So determination hides loneliness. Allow yourself to be present, even if it's painful. You have an amazing strength and endurance to stay in these higher vibrations. So the key words are influential, mentorship, energetic, resilient, competitiveness, fulfillment. You are a leader. You are a leader by example. Sit in the same pose as the king on the card. As you breathe, feel into his state. Summon your angels and guides and ask that your internal resolve be matched with his and set in motion. Those who will support you will now find you. Each step you take creates a new future that will become the legacy you lead. Powerful leadership qualities that you have. That's your foundation. And now let's look at what is dawning now. The sun. Oh, beautiful. So the sun is of the throat chakra. No, sorry. I'm sorry. It is of the third eye chakra. It's of the third eye chakra. And I'm sorry, no. It was the throat chakra. Excuse me for my silliness. So this is the throat chakra you're speaking. And it is that you have achieved what few others can. Evolving through past challenges, now celebrating your heritage. You can acknowledge your own path and set out in a new direction. What lies ahead is richer through knowing that you have survived and honored what has come before. The Sun card is an awakening you could be here to celebrate. Take a moment to thank your ancestors whose energy went into your survival. You can only attract and sustain what you have appreciated from your heritage. So the key words are belonging, child, vacation, joy, optimism, accomplishment, acceptance. The planet involved is Jupiter. It is retrograde energy. You're being offered the opportunity to consider where you are now, and the planet of expansion and luck supports you in reviewing your options. Create a list of feel-good questions to use on days when you could use an energetic boost. What was it like when I won whatever you won? Or when I stood up for what was right? How did I feel then? These answers will create a feeling of higher vibration. Opening up your intuitive highway will allow solutions to come to you. So you are going into true wisdom. Wow, and use your voice. So already these two cards are talking about an amazing foundation of creating universal principles, universal things that are in line with universal principles and guarding those universal principles. And this one is you're here to appreciate that foundation and to create new. That's what's dawning right now. And this is what is coming in the future. Judgment. Once again, you're back up to the high spiritual level of your crown chakra, the highest spiritual level. This is a very spiritual card that you chose, and it's based on love and how love is much greater than the word can even mention. So this is actually a progression. The sun, right after the sun card, comes the card of judgment. And in this card of judgment, let's see if I can get to it here. This is when you can discern. Okay, again, your angel wings appear, knowing that judgment is discernment, recognizing that at times your own judgment may have faltered, yet you've consistently self-corrected and found your way. Having reached the seventh chakra, you are now a vessel of clarity for universal good. When you live in mastery, we honor those who taught us how to live. This is not a place of forgiveness, rather a place of raised consciousness. Self-forgiveness takes place in the fourth chakra and below. Here the work is complete and acceptance owns this energy. So this is an amazing place. You have come from foundation of protecting universal principles, and you're dawning into creation, and you are becoming this perfected being of judgment and discernment. I'm going to put it there so you can see it a little bit better. Judgment and discernment. You are more than magnetizing your dreams. You are creating light for yourself and others. The student has become the master. The key words here are wisdom, improvement, appreciation, realization, release, harmony, acceptance, and unity. The planet here is Saturn. It's a retrograde energy. This indicates going back and reviewing where you have come from, taking stock of choices made. It also means preparing for challenges you may not have seen until now. What will I need to prepare for? The voice of insecurity can be calmed using meditative silence. Breathe. Settle into the space you currently occupy. Experience the feeling of insecurity. As you do, write in your journal and allow the feelings to move through your pen onto the paper. When you're ready, sit silently with the feeling and bring love energy into any spaces it still occupies. You have now separated the material from the spiritual. One is not better than the other, and the World card will offer you the opportunity to combine and rejoice in the complete synchronicity of your circumstances. This is so much about love. Do you see this? So much about love and higher spiritual being. Well, we have one more card, and that is a Lightworker Oracle card. Let's see what the Lightworker Oracle card has to say for us. Divine talents. You have divine talents. So that is what you are here to uncover, your beautiful divine talents in your high spiritual beingness. Look at this amazing connection. First, the amethyst, that is very spiritual. Love, that is beyond what we can define it, with the number 109, which adds up to 10, which is a completeness. This is very much of a completing cycle, defending from the past, defending universal principles, now in your creative space, creating new, and becoming the master of discernment and judgment. A wonderful reading this is. So I'm going to fold up these cards, and I'm going to pull out pile 2. Okay, for those of you who chose pile 2, you have the green avertrine. And green is also the heart chakra color. It's also for growth. And I would have to look up more about the green aventurine, but you can feel it. Just feel it and sense it with your own intuition now, what you feel from the green aventurine. It's very calming and loving. So use your own intuition and feel into that. That was the stone you picked. And this was the card you picked. And just feel into what you receive from this card, this symbol. It's completely, uniquely yours, your communication, your message. And then on the back of the card is a quote. I celebrate your uniqueness and hope that you respect my uniqueness. And this is from the book Being, page 51. Here's the book Being. Okay? And from the page 51. So you can reflect on this and what it means to you. It speaks to your heart. So listen with your heart. Okay, so we have that there. And now we're going to take these 3 chakra tarot cards. And the first card is going to show us where you came from. What's your foundation? So let's turn it over and see. Whoops, it's upside down, 8 of Cups. So this is red for the root chakra, and 8 of Cups upside down. It does have a special meaning for it being upside down. So this is where you've been coming from. All right, so let me just get into the 8 of Cups. Let's see. Okay, here we go. And first I'm going to talk about the chakra meaning. The first chakra represents our current energetic source. The chakra is about foundation, our family roots, and our very DNA. It also houses family beliefs that may hold us back. It is an opportunity handed to us from the Creator, as represented in the aces, where we begin, and the 8s, the new beginnings, in the red cards, can reveal to us who and where we are in our journey through the chakras. So the 8s are the next evolution of the first chakra. So you've already gone through one evolution, and this is the second evolution. Look for a chance to revise your intention, especially if it's incomplete. New connections, new ways of relating, and personal challenges will be covered here. Will we stretch our roots and venture out with a newly structured foundation, or will we stay in old beliefs from our family that no longer serves us? So the 8 of Cups is the card of new reality. New reality. This is a deliriously intoxicating energy that surfaces when one has created their dream. Even if you loved it, the striving is finished. You've created something from that first cup, enjoying what you have created before starting again. You've reached a conclusion and may not yet have imagined anything beyond it. It's okay to enjoy what you have accomplished by seeking spiritual solace. Now, you are not necessarily being unappreciated. It may simply be the time to be you again after a long journey. Now, reversed, your keywords are perception, misery, people-pleasing, and hopelessness. So this may be what you're feeling right now: misery, people-pleasing, and hopelessness. So this is what is suggested to do. Sit quietly. Imagine posing as the woman on the card. This is someone who has created and achieved her intentions. In your mind's eye, you see yourself experiencing personal enjoyment from an accomplishment. So actually in this pose, it really looks like upside down that she's lying down. So I think this card is saying just rest. Rest and know you have accomplished a lot. Just rest. You may not be feeling those accomplishments at this moment. So just rest and let them come up to the surface so that you do feel them. So prepare to reach for your dreams. You can and will bring them to fruition. So this is speaking to the foundation that you came upon of making these accomplishments. But as it came upside down, I think you might be feeling weary, and you just need to rest and allow yourself to let these accomplishments, the thought of these accomplishments, come to the surface so you can recognize them and be refreshed by them. So that's the foundation. Now this is what is dawning now and you're creating right now. And once again, we're upside down. It's the Emperor upside down. So as we read the Emperor upside down, and it is a blue card which has to do with your throat chakra. And it is also about learning unspoken energy. I'm going to turn it around so that you can see it very clearly. You're learning about unspoken energy. The Emperor alone knows the true power behind personal intention. His presence commands results. He offers the lessons of communicating and the messages that we send out to others, particularly the unspoken ones. This is the fifth chakra. The Emperor is the first real masculine energy that we encounter in this series. You don't need to fully see to feel the seriousness of the energy. He holds his crystal and wand loosely in his hand. Perhaps he is awaiting his pupil. If the pupil is ready to embody the secret, to admit the essence to the world. You hold yourself in pause upon approaching him. Will he stay or go? The power we fear is power we cannot own. Are we aware of our own silent power? What we are unaware of will control us. So it's about being aware of the unspoken, unseen, unrecognized things. The keywords are empire, control, jurisdiction, leader, initiator, ambition. When it was reversed, it means it's domineering, abusive, unambitious, broken trust, chaos, uncontrollable, manipulative, excessive criticism. So that is like what we say is dawning at this point. So this is to watch for is domineering, abusive, unambitious, broken trust, chaos, uncontrollable, manipulative, and excessive criticism. So watch for that in yourself and watch for that in others. And use the feminine energy or the feminine power of discerning where you're putting your energy. So you can step back a little bit from any of those difficult expressions here. The planet is Mars, and Mars is associated with aggression and war and gives us the energy to unapologetically send our intention out to the universe. Use this energy with your fifth chakra to speak up and express yourself. So your meditation should be about, are you aware of your unspoken messages? What is really coming across? How do people respond to you? How does the universe respond? Make a list on paper or in your mind of all the silent messages you send out. Act as if you know exactly what your messages are. And when you are finished, look carefully over the list. Are there any energetic vibes you would change, perhaps to alter the outcome? So you are now at the door between the earthly plane and universal consciousness. So this is really the time to reflect upon the messages that you send out non-verbally and what you're getting back. It's kind of a law of attraction thing. And it's kind of speaking that you've been on a course that is not really getting you what you want. So this is an opportunity to really stop and reflect and make changes. Okay, so that's the dawning of what's going on now. This is the future. This is what is going to come to you. Okay, if I turn it like this, it's the Seven of Swords. Oh my goodness. You are doing an amazing amount of growth, I have to tell you. Because here it's the purple. It's the highest chakra. It's the crown chakra. And I'm going to read what the Seventh of Swords are. But look at these colors. Look where you've gone. From the root chakra into the throat chakra, into the highest, into the crown chakra. So it's immense growth in this lifetime that you have. And I can imagine it's incredibly challenging. And give yourself credit. That's what this first card is saying. Give yourself credit. Rest and give yourself credit. Reflect upon what you have accomplished. Give yourself credit for that. And also this one is also about reflect upon yourself and look at what your unspoken messages are getting to you, what your thoughts are. And perhaps I could suggest listening to some Abraham Hicks and the Law of Attraction to really get some clarity there. But now, the Seven of Swords. Let me read to you about this. Seventh chakra. It's the mystical, occult, and the neutrality of spirit are represented in the seventh chakra. The cards here are unconcerned with the material world and a direct conduit to the universal consciousness. This seventh chakra exists just above the physical body and is attached to nothing. Each card has a neutral quality to it. So these sevens are addressing finding our place in the universe. The seventh chakra represents universal themes. As the final chakra, they're going to reveal intentions, those for the highest good and those that kept us stuck. They will reveal the way we approach decisions, whether we incorporate spirit or overthink ourselves into confusion. So the Seven of Swords in particular is the lesson of universal impatience. You do not need to take what the universe wants to give you. You are energetically trying to remove the dark night of the soul. Fear creates an energy that prevents the connection to spirit. Are you ready to break free? There is no need to settle for less. Break free from fear. Bring this up again. There are two sets of swords, one being taken, the other left behind. If what you skip stops you, what are you leaving behind? The key words are adaptability, cowardice, deceit, sneakiness, underhandedness, and insecurity. So step into your connection to the universe. Breathe. The woman on the card takes less than she deserves, for fear of not getting what she desires. Have you ever given up on yourself too soon? While you may not yet see a result, refocus on magnetizing that which is for your highest good. So what an amazing spiritual journey you're going here. And how wonderful that you have this stone that is so forgiving. You know, we really are, and this is from the fourth chakra, which is a very forgiving and loving. So it's about forgiving all along the way. And forgiving just means letting go of the burden. Letting go of the burden of everything from the beginning here, where you feel like you haven't accomplished, but you have done a lot. You have accomplished a lot. Reflecting on your old patterns, you know, maybe from your family or whatever, old patterns of doing things that have kind of kept you back, and you get an opportunity to create new patterns now in this dawning, and you will come to this high level of connecting into the universe, and with an awareness of taking everything that is yours, you know, that maybe you're leaving behind something that is really your blessing to have. So that is the chakra tarot guidance. And now we're going to see what we have in our Lightworker Oracle. Wow. Seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. And look at the number there, 44. That's support of the angels. Support of the angels. And this support is going to come through ritual, order, and ceremony. So for you, having some sort of spiritual ritual, whether it's like waking up and giving yourself 5 minutes for meditation or journaling, or listening to, like I said, a positive message such as Abraham Hicks in the Law of Attraction, whatever you decide to do, but do it regularly, ritually almost. Even like washing yourself or brushing your teeth, that's a ritual as well. So that is really your guide through this. And the angels are really supporting you. And I just have to let you know that this is the last card in these Lightworker Oracle cards. So there's something about this being a final venture for you somehow. So when the gift of the seventh ray enters your life, something new is being formed, something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes. Resonating with high-frequency violet light and the Archangel Zadkiel, the seventh ray also helps transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. Wow, this is really a culmination of all these cards. Look how this immense, growth, you know, from the root chakra into the throat chakra, into the crown chakra, the spirituality, so really grounded in the earth, and how you express yourself, you know, verbally or non-verbally, and given the opportunity to make changes in that, so that you come into this higher level of connecting into universal principles. And all of this is supported with the angels, especially Angel Zadkiel, and with your ritual, your following some sort of regular routine and ceremony. You can give ceremony like at the full moon, writing the things you want to let go of, and praying, and then putting them in the fire, burning those things so that you make room for more love. I celebrate your uniqueness and hope that you respect my uniqueness. So, and 5 + 1 is 6, was flow. Flow. What amazing flow through this. Real big steps that you're taking. and you're taking them with this beautiful, calming forgiveness energy of the heart. So I'm going to leave this conclusion here. And of course, interpret this as you interpret it from your heart, because it's your knowing that is most important. Everything I say and everything we see here is all to stimulate your own inner wisdom, just as my books are all about, stimulating your own inner wisdom through being and through peace. They're just different perspectives and even exercises in this book to help stimulate your own inner wisdom. Okay, so that is it for 2. All right, here we come with pile 3. And if you chose pile 3, you chose this carnelian. Carnelian is connected into the sacral chakra, and that is very creative. Creative energy, sexual energy, creative, sacred energy, sacral, sacred and sacral. So let's see what you got here. Now, first look at this card and just read what you want to read from it. I wonder if I have it right side up or upside down. So read what you want to read from it. I'm also going to turn it around, see if it says something to you in this position too. Just let that message go straight into your heart. Okay, and the message, so it was this way. Because the message says, when you find your right place and direction, you do not need to give energy to correcting problems that are out of your domain. And that's from the book Peace, page 57. Peace and 57. You can look at both those numbers, 5 and 7. 5 is usually giving a new impetus, right, to whatever's stable. So it's kind of like a spark to get some movement going. And 7 is a merging number too. And if you put the two numbers together, you get 12. 12 has its own meaning. And if you put the 12 together, the 1 and 2, you get 3, which is very creative. So take your meaning from this, whatever is speaking to you. We're allowing your own inner wisdom to speak to you right now. So I'll put that up here. And now we're going to take the chakra tarot cards and look at where your foundation is. What is behind you. And that's this first card, the King of Cups. Wow, and that's purple. That's a very high spiritual foundation that you have here, really connecting into universal principles and such. So let me read to you what the King of Cups is meaning. Let's see, I think it's... Okay, so first of all, the 7th chakra, which this is about, is the mystical, occult, and the neutrality of spirit represented in the 7th chakra. These cards are unconcerned with the material world, and they are a direct conduit to the universal consciousness. The 7th chakra exists just above the physical body and is attached to nothing, so they have a neutral quality to them. The kings represent the universal ideas of power and the way in which opportunities to use this energy will appear. They invoke the true ideals of universal protection. They each sit on a throne, fierce, kind, loyal, or patriarchal, and they guard the access to universal consciousness, which is the 7th chakra, the highest calling of these cards. So your foundation here is coming from a very spiritual foundation. It's possible that you really were a starseed volunteer, as Dolores Cannon speaks about. Okay, so the King of Cups is the king of emotional agreements. The king does not hold the cup, rather, it is suspended, reminding us that the seventh chakra is the ascension to the God consciousness. What we do for the whole will support the individual. Emotional support and strength exists somewhere in your family of origin. Are you ready to use it? You are ready to create your dreams in your own style and stay connected to your own life path. Your message, your voice matter. The keywords are loyalty, amorousness, protectiveness, fairness, adoration, simpatico. Your meditation is to breathe. Step into the emotional power around the king. What feelings are present? Ask yourself, if how I relate to the issue is the issue, what is my true feeling about power? Empathetically connecting to the emotional challenges of your ancestors opens the door to becoming the leader you choose to be. So this is really coming from a position of really God consciousness. So you have that in your lineage, whether it's your direct blood family or in your soul lineage, in your beingness. And now I'm going to look at the dawning, what's happening now. Queen of Cups. Wow, you've got lots of cups. Okay, and the Queen of Cups is the third eye energy there. It's that indigo color. And let me tell you what that is. It's the sixth chakra. It reveals family agreements, and if we look close enough, the legacy we've been left. They can denote transforming the challenging energy of the prior chakra and directing the Mars energy into personal opportunities that turn out for the best. Queen cards represent an aspect of our personal lineage. They're an opportunity to acknowledge our intuitive power and what we will do with it. A queen may be offering you a new way of seeing things beyond what you currently know. They are unique in that they simultaneously represent heritage as well as the legacy that will be left. They are the mature aspect of an integrated sixth chakra. So that means that you are at a dawning place now of how you are going to leave your legacy. And the Queen of Cups is the card of emotional healing. So there's emotionally healing through, your past background, being connected to the divine, God consciousness and emotional healing. And now you are dawning into an opportunity of more emotional healing. This elegant queen owns her realm and is willing to fill her cup with tears if need be. As this summons healing, she brings harmony to disharmony and solace to heartache. She reunites us with the vocabulary of emotion and puts us on the path of our legacy. Someone in your ancestry sacrificed a great deal to ensure your survival. Can you energetically feel into the love your ancestors had for you? They are your spirit guides. Keep going. Feelings will come and go like thunderstorms. Hiding under a tree was never the safest option. So your keywords are calmness, being gifted, artistic, dreamer, comfort, tender heart, intuition, psychic spirituality. Breathe and lean into a past that goes beyond you, into an emotional memory from your ancestry. Every family has an emotional theme. What is yours? Ask yourself, what about this can I use to create my own dream come true? Draw on what makes you happy about your family and smile as you recall the memory. So it's very creative. Got a lot of creativity, using your emotions to be very creative. The sacral chakra, this is very sacred. Very sacred little messages here. So listen into your heart what this is speaking to you. And this is the future. Oh, death. And that's spiritual also. You have very high spiritual cards here, I have to say. So death is often new beginnings. I wouldn't call it death, like, because you know when you're high enough spiritually that there is no death, no ending to things. So what it is stepping out of your cocoon. Wow. Look at this. Do you see that back there, kind of hidden in the background? Kind of like a like a wallflower. I'm sorry. I messed up. You see her sitting in the background like a wallflower? This is stepping out into this brilliant, light, beautiful. Look at all the flowers in her hair. Look at this beautiful purple gown just covered with stars, and how her brilliance itself just shines. Such elegance. You emerge reborn, leaving your shadow self tied to the roots of the past. This is the death of all that once held you back. You are now in the universal state of mastery, emerging into new life. Allowing old resentments to die means no longer giving them meaning in your life. If you choose, you can embody the enlightenment of the seventh chakra and evolve to mastery. From this place, manifesting is as natural as breath. There is now no need to live in the heaviness that lack of certainty brings. When we let go of terminal vagueness, there awaits the clarity of internal peace. The key words here is higher self, ending, illness, universal understanding, and completion. This planet is Saturn. It's a conjunct energy. When transiting Saturn syncs up with your birth chart Saturn, it is known as Saturn return. This energy can often feel like a turbulent plane ride, but this is not necessarily an indication that anything is wrong. It is truly a mini-death, for who you are as you enter is not the person you will be when you emerge. This time is a rite of passage. Oh, this is really exciting. Are you ready to step out of the false self? Who would you be if you allowed your true self to run your day today? What would that day look like? What could you accomplish? You're completing your shadow journey. Excuse me, had to sneeze there. And you will begin again with temperance. Even stepping into the mastery level of chakra evolution does not mean always making wise choices. It's about recognizing the unwise decisions we have made and, as soon as possible, walking away from them. So this is an amazing mastery, but a mastery that allows for flow and allows for learning through mistakes and such. But it allows you to quickly move away from those mistakes so that you may move into what's serving you more. And this is connected back to when you find your right place and direction, you do not need to give energy to correcting problems that are out of your domain. You really become your true self. You don't have to worry about things that are not your issues. This is amazing. The emotional foundation and the emotional choice right now of using those emotions to heal. You have amazing abilities here. Let me move these things up so you can see them a little bit better. And what I want to say about this, being your own self, there's an exercise in the book, Peace, where you get to really write down your ideal self and work with becoming that ideal self. And that is what this card is really saying now. Become your ideal self. That's in your future. That is for you. Now we're going to take the Light Worker Oracle card and see what kind of support you have here. You have the wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Amazing. So access the Divine Feminine within yourself and around you. You know, you have the Divine Feminine within, but you can also call on higher Divine Feminine beings, you know, the goddesses like Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary and White Buffalo Woman, Isis, Hathor, Kuan Yin, Tara, bring in those wonderful goddess, Seraphim dragons, bring in those goddess, wise, feminine qualities. And let's see what it says here for you on this particular card. So the wisdom of the divine feminine, it kind of is, the divine feminine wisdom empowers you to grow into your vision, your dreams, and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Perhaps you envision a very different life for yourself to what you are experiencing now. This wisdom reminds you that you can experience even the most extraordinary dreams as reality if you are willing to grow into what you desire, to become what you seek. Surrender any plans about how you can best manifest your dreams, and instead allow life to guide and nourish you through your experiences each day. The universe supports your divine destiny and is helping you become all you are meant to be. Wow, what an amazing transformation here. Amazing foundation, very high universal principles, and how you can really be healing a lot. I see this as, not just healing yourself, but healing many people, and that you will emerge fully glowing, leaving behind the resistant self, right? And be a new being, using the wisdom of the divine feminine in the sacral chakra, right? Sacral chakra. And when you find your right place and direction, you do not need to give energy to correcting problems that are out of your domain. This is a very feminine power. Feminine power is what we give our energy to and what we don't. What we feed grows. What you don't feed withers. You don't have to use any active force. You just have to direct your energy towards that you wish to have more of, or that you wish to have, and feed it there, right? Leave the rest behind, the death. Leave the stuff behind that you don't wish to come forward. Don't feed it. Those are the things that you're trying to correct, you're trying to take care of, that are out of your domain, that is not for you. And just feed the divine being living your dreams. All right. So let's put that away. Very creative, very empowered. And now let's take pile number 4 here. Before I start with pile number 4, I'm going to bring up this rose quartz, which is also heart energy, heart chakra energy. And it is that kind of gentle, embracing, again, forgiving stone. And take what you are feeling from it right now. And we're just allowing your own inner wisdom to come forth and speak to you. And as we do that, let's look at this card and what this card is speaking to your own divine inner wisdom. It may not even come in words, it just may come in a feeling. Okay, let's turn it over. And it says, young men will see visions, and old men will dream dreams. And that is from this book, Being. And it's also from page 131. You can take those numbers as they are, the ones, which is oneness, and 3, which is creativity. You can put them together. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. That's like a spark, a new spark to break out of some old foundation. So take what you want from there. And then let's look at these cards that are going to share. These are the chakra tarot cards, wisdom tarot cards. So we're going to take the first one to represent what your foundation is, where you've come from. So here we go. Oh, the Princess of Swords. This is heart chakra energy. Very heart chakra here. Heart chakra. And let's see what the Princess of Swords has to say. Now the fourth chakra is a balance between the first three grounded and tangible chakras and the final three spiritual chakras. The fourth chakra will play a pivotal role in all matters of the heart. It exhibits our compassion not only for others, but for ourselves. Cards in the fourth chakra act as a reminder of what we truly care about and reveal our true path. They are concerned with stability, consistency, discipline, and structure, and prepare our heart for the request we will make of spirit in the fifth chakra. The princesses understand and welcome purpose as a mystical messenger of the fourth chakra cards. They lack the pretense that others have perfected and bring truth that we may not be aware of. Princesses fight for your heart. They are the bridge between immature and mature choices and remind us that compassion and love must be present in all our communications. This prepares us for requesting what we truly desire in life. So the Princess of Swords is the card of piercing truth. The card of piercing truth. The princess brings truth and perhaps criticism. She is ready to defend herself after delivering her message. She will not waver from her task. Integrity must be upheld at all costs. Allowing your desire to manifest may be a challenge, but it is not impossible. What if it is time to discover that your mind may have kept you in an old idea of thinking, that dreams were impractical? Be aware that resisting a pattern offers a cycle of repetition. What is revealed can be healed. So when something comes up, it's coming up so that you can heal it. The sword is a reminder that you hold intelligence and integrity in your hands. Be mindful to do no harm. Use your ability to pierce through old thinking and false ideas. The keywords is study, examine, spying, perseverance, and exposure. Breathe. Drop your shoulders and align with your heart wisdom. Ask, what will I use my sword for? What do you see? Slice through the false beliefs that have kept your heart protected and safe. True integrity requires fearlessness. So it looks like you have come through a need to look at what truth is and be willing to open. And now let's see what your dawning is. What is occurring now for you? Oh, the Queen of Wands. And this is the sixth chakra, I believe. So it is the fifth? It's the sixth chakra. So which is getting up there into your third eye. And the meaning here is it reveals family agreements. And if we look close enough, the legacy we've been left. They can denote transforming the challenging energy of the prior chakra and directing that Mars energy into personal opportunities that turn out for the best. Queen cards represent aspects of our personal lineage. They're an opportunity to acknowledge our intuitive power and what we will do with it. A queen may be offering you a new way of seeing things beyond what you currently know. They are unique in that they are simultaneously represent heritage as well as the legacy that will be left. They are the mature aspect of an integrated sixth chakra. So this Queen of Wands in particular is, let me get to the Queen of Wands, is the card of sustainable vision, seeing clearly. The Queen is a window to the big picture. She represents holding space as we process our internal sadness and soon recognize who we have been all along. The sixth chakra allows us to see the way forward. True freedom is only available when we let others off the hook. This is not the same as forgiveness. The past you made meaning of with limited information is no longer dictating your future. So it's not just, it's a letting go. It's a letting go of what happened in the past, not let it be a burden to you anymore. You may notice sadness appearing here for no visible reason. This may indicate a time when you will soon find peace through what you are creating. Your keywords are ambition, adventure, inspiration, involvement, self-worth. Step into the true vision of your future. Now, take 1 full minute and walk around the room, acting as if you are already in your new life vision. What do you see, feel, know? What are you doing and about to do? Do this as often as you can until your new vision becomes real. Are you willing to let go of those whose vision of you no longer supports either of you? So this is a letting go of old visions. This is where you're at. You're able to create the new you. And in this book, Peace is that exercise of creating a new you. So it's there where you really think very deeply and clearly of what your new you, the ideal you would do. And it takes you through several exercises in that. Okay, so that is your dawning. What is becoming available to you now? This is your future now. Ooh, again, the Empress. Very much heart here. A lot of heart. So the Empress, look how beautiful she's holding that cup. And it's the green chakra energy again. So what we read about the chakra energy in the Princess, it's the same. This is where you learn a compassionate heart. Wow. So your future is to really learn a beautiful, compassionate heart. Like Kuan Yin, you may want to really study Kuan Yin and Green Tara, those two goddesses that are from Eastern religions, Eastern thought. Okay, you listen to the ways of the Empress, who offers a safe place to be open and relaxed in her presence. Notice she does not look at her pupil, rather she's focused on the lesson that she is offering. Now, will you learn from it? Here's the first heart chakra card. Deep emotional issues with the feminine side are represented. Possibly there is a need to seek permission from a female in your life, or an underdeveloped relationship with the feminine. The wisdom of feminine power is experienced, not taught. What thoughts must you take on internally to know you are magnificent, just as you are? So the keywords are love, safety, trust, empathy, kindness, commitment. The planet is Venus. Although often called the planet of love, this planet represents much of our taste, our sense of beauty, our likes and dislikes. There's a summoning of compassion and kindness with Venus. The Empress offers us the space to appreciate the beauty of who we are. What is it you love and enjoy? The Empress will teach us that there is nothing more beautiful than what is inside. Is this true? Yes? No? Take time to explore both ideas. Then when you are ready, come back to the Empress and accept the teaching she offers. When you know who you are and what is truly in your heart, you will learn the ways of the Emperor. His message is his presence, and you move then forward into your throat chakra from learning the lessons in your heart. And there you will learn how to communicate most powerful things. And now let's just see which of the Lightworker Oracle cards are supporting you and what's said here. It's your life path. So you are on your life path. Look, from conception all the way through birth into full manifestation. And let's see what it says here about your life path. Okay. It says that, do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training may be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaken, or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in the way that you cannot miss. So you are guided. And this is like, you're going to fulfill your life path if you follow and listen to the lessons that you're learning. It's all about heart. This is a very heart, letting go of any kind of resentments or anything that's heavy, letting go of those things with forgiveness. This is the heart cards that we've seen here. And receiving your lessons, you will receive that in the future. And young men will see visions, and old men will dream dreams. So pay attention to your visions and your dreams, and then you will get some guidance with this. What a wonderful heart-centered, divine path you have here. A lot of healing. All right, thank you very much. And we have now concluded the 4 readings. Hope you enjoyed your reading, and see you another time.